What's up, guys? Another great week of college football. Um, Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffalo. Deion gonna have to get a whole new roster. I'm not gonna say that, but I will say it like this: Deion has 81 new players on his team, and y'all, expectations are very high for Deion. But this year was that's a year where he had a brand new team, 81 new players, a whole thing, a lot of things they had to work on, and they had to just throw it together and had to make it happen. Pac-12 probably was the second hardest conference this year. Out of all the conferences, Pac-12 probably was the hardest this year. I can't lie. I feel like the Pac-12 had the most ranked team. The Pac-12 had the most elite quarterbacks. The Pac-12 had the most, everything. High power offense. Oregon got the number one scoring offense in the whole FBS. So Washington, they in the top 10. Oregon was in the top 10. Oregon State was a hard team. I mean, even Colorado State was good, man. So the card just fell wrong for Deion this year. Shador and his brother Travis Hunter, they put up a good fight. They win 4 games were even hard for Colorado with 81 new players. I salute them on that. Coming in, the beating TCU, the team that was in the national championship game last year, and just making a statement like, "Hey, we are trending in the right direction." We're not there yet. It's gonna take Deion 2-3 years to get where he needs to go. People really thought he could come in 1 year and just make it happen. Football don't work like that. Oregon, Washington, Oregon State, all these teams are well sound fine or already got lots of recruits, scholarship players from 4 years ago. There's no way Deion in Colorado was gonna beat some of these teams. There's no freaking way. You hear me? Number Georgia for the SEC championship gonna be a good one. I feel like Alabama might take it in the SEC championship, but they might let Georgia stay at number 4 if that happens, and let them rematch in the national championship game. Like that happened like 2-3 years ago. That's what I would love to see. Michigan, Ohio State, somebody has to lose that game. I'm thinking Ohio State is going to lose because Michigan has a better run team, and you cannot play a sound aerial out game against Michigan and think you're gonna win. I think Michigan has a better team. I think Michigan has a better run offense, but Ohio State still has lots of offensive weapons, man. They have lots of offensive weapons, man. They are a hard team to beat. I'm excited to see who wins that game coming up. I'm excited to see who takes that game on Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh got suspended for the sign stealing thing. I think they only suspended for 3 games. It might go on into next year. Right now, Jim Harbaugh just took the plea deal, if you will, and say, "Hey, I take my suspension, and if my team can get us in the playoffs, I'll be back for that." So that was a smart move by Jim Harbaugh. And he won't be there for the Ohio State game. He would not be there for the Ohio State game. So they're gonna have to go there intern coach, and hopefully he can win that game. That's a big ball game for him. It's probably gonna be the biggest game of his career to see if he can outcoach Ohio State. Georgia versus Alabama in SEC championship though, I really feel like Alabama might take it. Why? Because Bama is clicking on all cylinders. Georgia is clicking on all cylinders. But Bama still has the GOAT, Nick Saban. Nick Saban is crafty. He gonna pull a rabbit out of the hat. I know it. Nick Saban can find ways to win. He find ways to win in ball games. I'm gonna tell you like that. Nick Saban will find a way to win. We have seen it time and time again. Nick Saban has found ways to win ball games. Nick is the GOAT, 7 rings, man. Don't been to the national title game. I don't know how many times, man. This man's always right there. Last year they were right there. They put TCU in over them, even though TCU suffered a loss to Kansas State. They still chose to put TCU over them, and they got destroyed by Georgia, 65-7. This year that will not happen. The college committee will make sure you get to a show. And if that comes down to Georgia and Alabama rematching in the national championship game, that's what the college committee will do. They cannot have two of those in back-to-back season. They cannot. So I feel like Georgia and Alabama will get class twice this year, and I'm excited for that. We're gonna try to make the SEC championship game. We will be there. So stay tuned for on my page to see all the highlights, see all the stuff in the back. We're gonna be there talking about the game. We're gonna be there airing the game, talking about what is what, how Georgia can find ways to beat Bama, how Bama can find ways to beat Georgia. Brock Bowers got to have a big game. I don't think Bowers should play against Georgia Tech. I don't feel like Ra Thomas should play against Georgia Tech. I feel like y'all that need to rest up. I really wouldn't even let Carson Beck play against Georgia Tech. Like, I would let Vandergrift start that game. But I know those guys are such competitors and dogs that they want more and more action. Like Brock Bowers, he's hurt. He got hurt a little bit in the Tennessee game. And the training staff kept asking him, are you okay? Bowers literally kept wanting to play. Sometimes you got to protect the player from himself. But I feel like Bowers is healthy, ready to go. He's a little dinged up. He's 100. No, I say he's probably about 95. He's probably about 95%. That's good enough for Bowers. That was Bowers thinks. But I think he's going to need to be 100 when he goes against Alabama. I really think he's going to be I think he's going to have to be 100. I think he's going to have to be 100 against Bama. Ra Thomas is hurt too. Georgia showed out against Tennessee. They showed the dominance. Everybody was kind of worried and skeptical. Joe Milton got one hell of a arm. He threw some deep passes. Came up short with him. Tennessee could not find a way to move the ball up the middle. Tried a couple stretch plays, couldn't get the ball outside. Once that was done, it was all wrapped. They couldn't find nothing else to exploit on Georgia. The first play of the game, they shot Georgia with a big 75-yard run right up the middle. And after that, they just cooled down, couldn't find nothing else to click on, man. Georgia defense was sound throughout. Made a few mistakes, but that's okay. Georgia really is clicking on all cylinders though. Run game looking good. Carson Beck is throwing darts, man. Carson Beck is looking great, looking like he's a front in the Heisman running. We know who's gonna win that. Washington quarterback though, he lead by far, so he probably gonna win that Heisman. But do I think Washington deserve to be in the playoffs? And yeah, I think they could stay at number 4. But will I put them up against like a team like Georgia? No, they defense, they have no defense. They probably got one of the worst defense in FBS, man. Washington, the defense is not that good at all, man. It really ain't. They did show up against Oregon State though and fought a hard-fought game in the rain and pulled it out. But I just didn't feel like they stand a chance against Georgia or Alabama or Michigan because all of those teams can run. And Washington has no run defense whatsoever. But who I think going to win it all this year, I think it will be the Georgia Bulldogs. Will three-peat. They will do it. I really think the Georgia Bulldogs will three-peat. They looking like the most sound team, looking like the most complete team. Carson Beck leading the way. The size, the power, the execution, Kirby Smart, coaching defense left and right. Now, can the Georgia Bulldogs three-peat? Yes, but they're going to really have to dance with Nick Saban. Nick Saban not going to let you three-peat. Not on his watch. Nick Saban is still here, people. Nick Saban is still here, still want more action. 72 years old, the GOAT. He's still looking for some more smoke. 10-1, Joe Miro. Jalen Milroe is playing lights out. Reed ain't gotten way better as a passer. What way can Bama find to exploit the or Georgia? If you look at that Missouri game, Missouri always have a good game plan against Georgia. And this is why Missouri run lots of screen plays, lots of quick setup plays to get their receivers the ball. That frustrates Georgia. They run lots of stretch plays to make you stay sound and in your gaps. That's where Missouri gives Georgia so many problems. Quarterback can escape out the pocket. Georgia gets back there and he escapes. Second half, Kirby tells the team to make an adjustment of stop going up the field and let just stay on our man. And when he takes out running, we can get him that way instead of getting up the field, opening up lanes, giving a quarterback time to get out of there. Quarterback spot too slow. So we need to start rushing up the field and just stay here on our block until he takes off, and then we'll get him. That's an adjustment that Kirby made. I'm a football guru. I know this stuff. And that's what happened. And the second half, he had no lanes to cut up through and frustrated him. He started making more mistakes. But Missouri always has a good game plan against Georgia. Now, can Alabama exploit some of that? Yes, because Jalen Milroe is fast and quick on his feet. That would give Georgia lots of problems because they would not be able to sit in zone. They would have to blitz and make Jalen Milroe get out of the pocket. And that's one thing he's good at, actually, is getting out of the pocket and running. See what I'm saying? Running, and I feel like Nick Saban, he can call lots of run plays to set up big over-the-top plays with Jalen Milroe. That's the dual threat that he possesses, man. I don't feel like if Georgia messes up and let Jalen Milroe get out the pocket, it's going to be a long night for Georgia because Jalen Milroe will kill you with his legs. But if Georgia stays fundamentally sound and stay in their gaps and do what they're supposed to, then Jalen Milroe will get frustrated. The game plan I would say Kirby should have, it made Jalen Milroe a passer. Make it sit back in zone, wait, let Jalen Milroe mess up, make him make his read, make him take his check down, and make him make a mistake. That's the game plan Kirby probably would preach to Georgia, because that's the way to mess up Jalen Milroe. Now, Jalen Milroe come out and play in this big game like he's supposed to, it's going to be a long night for Georgia. I don't know who will win this game, but it's going to be one hell of a fun one. I can tell y'all that. It's going to be one hell of a fun one. Jalen Milroe is starting to click on all cylinders. His receivers starting to do what he's supposed to. Making big plays over the field. They destroyed Kentucky. They are 10-1. They running through the SEC left and right. They still got to take on Auburn. Auburn got upset by New Mexico State this weekend, guys. New Mexico State 30-10 against Auburn, man, at home. That's one of the biggest losses and upsets in history, man. I can't lie. I cannot lie. That is one of the biggest upsets in history. They paid New Mexico State $1.8 million to play that game. They could have called Troy University. They would have been happy to take that money off Auburn's hands. Auburn got Hugh Freeze got to get it together because they got Alabama coming in town. Auburn better wake up, because if New Mexico State did that to you, what is Alabama going to do to you? It's going to be embarrassing. I really think Auburn didn't take New Mexico State seriously. They didn't practice well. And it showed. They did not take their opponents seriously. They got hit in the mouth and they did not bounce back. That's what happened. That's what happens when you play against down to your opponent's level and not take them seriously. But Alabama coming to town to Auburn this weekend. It's going to be a crazy one. Ain't no telling what happened in Jordan had, but it'll be a fun one. Yeah, man, Georgia versus Alabama for the SEC championship, though, man. There's gonna be a lights out game, fun game. Everybody will be there. All the stars will be there, man. I feel like I just feel like Nick gonna take it though because he's 7-0 in the SEC championship game. Never lost in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Never lost one time. It's hard to beat Nick. It's hard to beat Nick. Nick Saban taught Kirby Smart everything he know. Everything he know. He's a guru. He's a GOAT for a reason. Kirby, he's the upcoming GOAT. Upcoming. He ain't there yet. He got 2 under his belt. Nick got 7. Do I got faith in Georgia? Yes. But you going up against the guru, a man with 7 titles and been there multiple times and at this level, Kirby been here too. But can he knock off his former teacher? He done it once. He beaten Bama. But Bama has also beaten Georgia. But we get a class 2 times this year, that'll make it so much fun, right? So we're gonna have to sit back and watch and see what happened, what unfold with Michigan and Ohio State. We gotta sit back and see what happened with Georgia and Alabama. We gotta see if Washington gonna come out on top on the Pac-12 because they still ain't out the woodworks this year. Florida State still has to beat Florida, even though Florida having a bad season. They still gotta go down to Florida, and we know Gainesville be rocking, especially against Florida State. They rival. They might not have a season they wanted, but ending Florida State undefeated season will make that season. Guys. That's all I can tell you, man. Just sit back and wait. We got 2 weeks of crazy football about to happen. Where will Oregon land? They were number 6 right behind Washington. Washington and Oregon dance in the Pac-12 championship. We have to see who wins that game. I think Oregon will win the second time. Washington got them the first time, but can you get it on the second time? You see what I'm saying? Because Oregon still has a better defense than Washington. Now, Oregon did make some mistakes in that game. Bo Nix is clicking on all cylinders. A completely different quarterback from Auburn. He grew up a lot. Probably put himself in the first round, if you ask me. Bo Nix is really showing people what he's made of since his Auburn day. He's turned into a completely different quarterback. Got a team in the top 10, ready to dance for the Pac-12 championship. Can Washington beat Oregon twice? That's going to be the thing. Because if Oregon lose and Ohio State lose or Michigan lose, somebody else has to get in this top 4 spot. Now, if Florida State wins out, they will be in the top 4. But can Florida State beat Florida? That's what everybody want to know. I don't think they can. I don't think they can go down to Gainesville and win a game like this. They really ain't played that many hard games away. And going down to Gainesville really going to show, are they really ready for this type of level of football? So the college football playoffs they're gonna have their hands full for the next 2-3 weeks, man, or at least 2 weeks. To see who drops in there. Now next year it will be a 12-round playoff, just like the NFL, right? And that way it's gonna make it so much fun because you have so many different teams that can get in there. Because people don't even know that Louisville is they only lost 1 game this whole season. Can Louisville sneak it off in there? People don't even know that. Louisville has only lost 1 game as well. So Louisville is sitting back with their feet up like, hey, if some of these teams start dropping out, can we get in there and sneak in there and make some noise? That's how Louisville is feeling. People are sleeping on Louisville, but they are in the top 10 as well. People are sleeping on a lot of teams, man. There are a lot of good teams out there this year, man. For real. But we're gonna have to see how the college football playoff play out and see how everything unfolds and see who takes the championship. Next week we'll tell everything. So who is the big dog? Who really ready for these playoffs, man? We cannot have another playoff. We cannot have another 65-7 blowout in the playoff. So we need the best of the best team. I don't care what their record is. I don't care if they got 2 losses. I don't care if they got 2 losses. We need the best of the best, guys. I want to see the best of the best go against the best. You see what I'm saying? Not last year. TCU never even stood a chance against Georgia. I want to see Georgia take on a fierce competitor, a great opponent, make it a hard, solid, hard-hitting football game.
You gonna eat anything else? So I put the food up?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, you gonna eat something else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's all, guys.